Legendary skins like this one right here are some of the most sought after items to get in Rise of Kingdoms. So if you want to know how to get a KVK skin like this one, stick around and I'll teach you how. What's up everybody, Psych out here with another Rise of Kingdoms video. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to get a KVK2 or in general a KVK skin. In this case it is a KVK2 skin. As you can see, we have 3 hours and 7 minutes left before the Lost Kingdom closes, so there's a lot of last minute activity going on here with people battling it out in Lost Canyon and of course pushing for that last minute honor. I mentioned in another video that I would be pushing for honor for this KVK, and you can see where we're at right now. I'm ranked 4th place. We've got a ways to go if we want to get first. Let's just be honest, I'm not getting first place here. I'm not going to spend the gems on it. But I'm going to try to see where we can end up. Maybe we can end up in one of the top 3 spots. I'm not really sure. We do see that the rewards are a little bit different. So if I finish 4th where I'm at right now, 4th through 10th, they all get 15 legendary gold heads. But if we get a 2nd or 3rd place, we get a few more gold heads, we get some more speed ups. And honestly, I really would care much more about the pick 1 chest. That gold is really appealing to me. So maybe I'll push a little bit more today and see where we get. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how to get a high ranking in this event in KVK. So a couple of tips that we need to understand to start out with. One of the first things I should say is that obviously you have to have a ton of action points, and I'll show you here as I'm finishing up. I've just got a few action points left. I have spent more than 500,000 action points in this KVK, and you can see what I've got left here. I've got 339, and I'll actually show you here. I was trying to avoid showing this in some other videos. I am literally, I think it's actually under other, I'm completely out of action points. I have no more action points. This is it. This is all I can really push for unless I want to spend gems, and we'll see if I decide to spend some gems on it. But so that is one thing, is that you've got to have a ton of action points. So tip number 1, get yourself a ton of action points. Now, how might you accumulate lots and lots of action points? Well, for me, I'm an older account. I've migrated back to KVK2, and I've pretty much saved all of my action points. I haven't used action points excessively for particular events. I've saved quite a bit, and again, like I said, I had more than 500,000 saved up coming into this KVK, and I've used them all. Now, that 500,000 action points that I've used has not just turned into honor, right? So that's one of the reasons you do it. You kill these barbarians, you kill these forts, use those action points to push honor. I've not only accumulated more than 380,000 honor with that, I've also gotten lots and lots of things that we get from barbarians, and that's worth pointing out here. So why you might want to save your action points for this is not only do you get a top honor ranking with those top honor rewards, including the city skin, but you also get lots of stuff from barbarians, for in this case like these barbarians in KVK. And one of the reasons why it really pays to do this in KVK is because they drop materials like this barbarian just did here. They also drop speed ups, and they drop some amount of resources. I haven't calculated the amount of resources that the barbarians have dropped. I've not even kept track of how many materials I've gotten from these barbarians, but you can do the math at 500,000 AP divided by 150 per march, and I'll show a little bit about the marches that I'm using here in a minute. When you do that math, you go, wow, that's a lot of barbarians that I've ended up killing, and so that's a lot of materials, that's a lot of speed ups. Hey, Psych out from the future here. I did the math. It turns out I got 125 days of training speed ups, about 50 days of healing speed ups, and about 50 days of universal speed ups. I also picked up about 300 million in food tokens. So if we're looking at those 1K food tokens that we get from killing barbs, I picked up about 300 million there. Same thing for wood and the equivalent for stone and gold. So you can get a lot of speed ups and a lot of resources from doing this. So you get lots and lots of speed ups. Now, on top of that, I've also gotten a whole bunch of other things. So I won some events. There was some, I forget what event it was, some event where you got some I don't know, some kind of tokens or something like that. And you could take those tokens and get, actually I might even have the rewards somewhere in here. Let me see. It might be too far down to actually find it. But in any case, there were some events that I've won where I got those legendary commander sculptures, which was really useful. I've got what was the event to the New Year's event that happened. I finished second place in that event, where you get you turn in some currency for some other kind of currency, so you get whatever rewards there are for finishing second place in that event. So there's a lot of really good reasons to spend your AP in KVK2, not only because you get those honor rewards, the KVK rewards, the KVK skin, but you also can get all of these other things that you're going to want to get anyway. And this is a really good time to smash a lot of barbarians or to smash a lot of barbarian forts. So number one is make sure you've saved a ton of AP so that you can get all those things so that you can finish in a top spot. The worst spot you could finish in is 21st, spending tons of AP and basically walking away with close to nothing. So make sure you've got a ton of AP saved. The other thing you have to do if you want to go over this, and this is tip number 2, is you have to win the KVK. And look, a lot of this is outside of your control. But if you aren't going to win the KVK, you really shouldn't be pushing for honor. You're just not going to finish. And I'll just show you here, if we go look at the honor roll rankings, we see our allies at 47, our allies in 52, 50, 52, 50. These are all allies. 37 is an ally. 50, 50, 52, 50, 50, 37, 47, 47. All of these were on the winning side. 47. Let's see how far we have to go down until we get somebody who was not on the winning side. It might be a really long way. 45, maybe that's the first one. Was there anyone before that who was in 45? I don't think there was. So that's the highest one right there. And you know, that's it's just really hard to push higher than that. And there's a reason for that. And one reason for that is going to be related to tip number 3 that I'm going to give you here in a moment. But for right now, really, you need to know that you need to win the KVK. One of the reasons you need to win the KVK is because the higher level barbs and the higher level barb forts. Level 10 forts, which give the most, and let me check in here. If you look there, destroying a level 10 fort gives 60 honor points. And if it takes you 140 or 150 action points to kill one of those level 10 forts, if you actually do the math on that in terms of action points spent, level 10 forts give you by far the most action points, or the most honor points for your action points. The only exception to that is barb chaining. If you do barb chaining, you actually get more honor points per action point spent. But that takes a lot of effort, and it can take a long time to spend down that AP. It's the same thing with barb forts to some extent. It takes a long time to launch a barb fort rally, to fill that rally, for the rally to march, to actually destroy the fort. So if you want to spend AP quickly, and you're going to need to spend your AP quickly at certain times if you want to push for one of these skins, you're going to be looking at 5 marching barbarians. So And by 5 marching barbarians, I mean these high-level barbarians. You don't want to spend a bunch of action points right away. And this is a mistake a lot of people make, is they get into that Lost Kingdom and they just start jamming out barbarians. And there's one exception to that where you might want to do that, and that's if you plan on spending gems, which we'll get to in a little bit. But for the most part, you want to save your action points all the way up until you've known that you've won the KVK, and you can get these high-level, level 36 through 40 barbarians. If you can't kill level 36 through 40 barbarians with your AP, you're really going to be regretting spending all of that AP, because they give the most honor points, as you can see here, and you're going to be 5 marching them, which is mostly what I've been doing. So speaking of 5 marching, these are the marches that I have been using to do that. I've been using Boudica with Pelagius. I've been using Minamoto with Double C. I've been using Diao Chan with Cleopatra. I've been using Kira with Richard, and Lohar with Belisarius. So a couple of things that you should know about these marches. Why did I choose these marches? Well, you don't want your marches to go home. And one of the reasons you don't want your marches to go home is because of a certain talent. And I'm going to pull up, let's see here. Let me pull up somebody like a Lohar would be a good one to demonstrate this. Where are you, Lohar? Okay, so let's go to Lohar and let's look at his talents. And in particular, we're looking at the peacekeeping tree. All of these commanders, all 5 of my primary commanders in this case, have a maxed out peacekeeping tree. I intentionally maxed out their peacekeeping tree specifically for this activity. And there's 2 big talents that you really care about. One of them is this one here, which reduces the action point cost of killing a barbarian or neutral unit. So you just get a straight up reduction right off the bat. The other reason is because when your marches don't go home, when you kill a barbarian, and then you go out and kill another barbarian, you get a reduced action point cost for that. So if the first one costs, in this case, it would cost 40 points to kill the first barbarian. The second barbarian that Lohar's March kills only costs 38. And when you're killing tons and tons of barbarians, and we're going over this over and over and again, killing them for hours and hours on end, that leads to a huge amount of action point savings, which can lead to a lot more honor generated. So that's number one, is you want to have insight. You want to have that, obviously 3 out of 3 on the peacekeeping tree. But I believe you also want to go all the way up here to Curing Chant. Curing Chant is amazing when you are trying to just kill barbs endlessly, because you get 500 healing factor every time you kill a barb. So that means your marches stay out there longer. You don't have to send them back home. So healing, and this is one of the secrets here, healing is a really important factor when you want to kill these barbs all over and over and over and over again. Now, I also like to grab Trophy Hunter. I'm a little greedy there. I could spend those points somewhere else. But hey, look, if I'm going to be killing thousands and thousands of barbarians, every time I kill one, if I can pick up some extra food or some extra wood or some extra gold, I'm going to take it. And so I definitely grab Trophy Hunter on all of my marches. So all 5 of those marches have this set up. I think the only exception is that Minamoto. I think I also have this talent on Minamoto because I sometimes do use Minamoto to rally barbarian forts. So Minamoto has that one as well. But otherwise, all of those peacekeepers have this exact same talent set up. And the reason I'm using some of these peacekeepers, you might find, those peacekeepers I'm using primary, but you might find it a little odd that I'm using somebody like Pelagius. Why am I using Pelagius? Well, the reason is he actually has a lot of healing. Double C I'm using because he also offers healing. Cleopatra, that's a strange one. Why are you using a gatherer to kill barbarians? Again, Cleopatra's first skill offers a lot of healing. Richard's first skill offers a lot of healing. Belisarius does not offer healing, but he does offer something that Lohar severely lacks, which is movement speed, and I'm actually using all cavalry with Lohar's March, so I can get some movement speed from Belisarius, which is useful if you're trying, again, to go quickly, to run around and kill lots of barbarians. Movement speed is really useful. I'm not using any infantry in these marches. I'm using all either cavalry or archers, which are a little bit faster than infantry. And the other things that Belisarius offers is a little bit of tankiness. He actually provides some defensive capabilities. And Lohar has so much healing because it's not just his talents that offer a lot of healing. If I can get back to Lohar again here, it's also his skills that offer a lot of healing. I think it's this one right here. After he leaves battle, he has a healing factor of 2,000. I think this one also, yeah, okay, so it increases the expertise. And of course, his first skill also does some healing as well when he fires that off. So Lohar with Belisarius is that sort of last combo. Belisarius also offers some extra damage to barbarians, so a little bit useful there. So again, tip number 1, have lots of AP. Tip number 2, win the KVK. If you win the KVK, you can go out there and 5 march with marches like these. You can go out and 5 march those high-level barbarians. You can also attack those high-level barb forts if you have the time for that. Tip number 3 is to complete all of the events related to honor. And this might seem like a really obvious one, but there are events that come along that give you honor tokens. And I'm going to show you mine here. I've actually saved mine. You can see here that I have 412 of these honor tokens. It's not the max you can get. I think I spent the honor tokens from the very first event, I think a gathering event or something very early on. But this is close to the maximum number of honor tokens you can get in a KVK2. You can save them like I have, and I'm going to dump them all in here right before reset. I don't know why I'm waiting on that. I feel like it sort of gives me an edge because I know where I'm at and other people don't quite know where I'm at. Will it get me into 2nd or 3rd place? I have no idea. I don't know. My opponents may very well have saved a lot of their honor tokens as well, so I don't know. But in any case, these honor tokens, you want to get every single one of them. There's events for killing, there's events for gathering, there's events for barb forts. There's all kinds of events that happen. And you are going to want to complete every single one of those, get every single honor token that you can. Speaking of those kind of events, one of them is a barb fort event. When you do the barb fort events, make sure you're doing the maximum level barb forts. One was at the very end, and there were level 10 barb forts. I would only rally level 10 barb forts because I need to maximize those honor points. I'm not going to do level 9 barb forts. I'll just wait for new level 10s to regenerate and go after those. Okay, so that's tip number 3, is to complete all of the honor events, get all of your honor tokens if you want to finish in a top honor spot. Tip number 4, and again, this is why it's really critical that you win the KVK, is to never miss a ruins or an altar. So there are these special sort of holy sites out here. Here is one. This is a ruins. And you have to be in the alliance that captures that ruins, so that you have to clear everything out of there. And a lot of people get confused by this, especially if it's your first KVK. You don't understand how this works. When the ruins opens, you have to kill all of the stalkers that will populate the ruins. And you also have to make sure nobody from any other alliance or outside of us, only people from one alliance are in that space, are in this space. And I'll back out so you can see the space. It's this dotted line here. There we go. And if you have that, then your alliance will capture the ruins. Now, as it says here, your alliance gains honor at 15 points per minute per march that's in the ruins. I think that's right, or I don't think it's 15 for just the alliance. I think it's per march in there, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But individually, you also gain honor at 40 points per minute. That's actually really valuable. These open about every 2 days, 1.5 days, something like that. So ruins open pretty frequently. Obviously, you have to secure a zone 5 to get a ruins. Then you have to be able to hold that zone 5 throughout the KVK to be able to get into ruins all of the time. You might have to switch alliances at times to hold the ruins. You have to negotiate ruins with your allied kingdoms as well to make sure you can get in those. So you can't miss these. Look, a lot of people will say, well, ancient ruins, they don't give that much. They only last an hour. It's 60 minutes times 40. That's all the honor points they give. But those really add up because, again, they come every 1 or 2 days, somewhere between that, these things open up. So you need to be prepared for those. You need to be online for those. You need to be able to send your march in there. You're going to have to set alarms for these. Sometimes these happen in the middle of the night, so you have to make sure you get up and you can get a march there or whatever. Make sure your march is protected and doesn't get destroyed in the ruins, because it's a disaster if you wake up and then you're missing a ruins because your march died, got killed by the stalkers, got killed by an enemy there. So make sure you don't miss that. The other one is the Dark Altar, and again, this is why you have to win the KVK. You have to secure a zone 6 to really get one of these Dark Altars. These give a lot of honor points, 75 per minute that you're standing inside a cleared out altar of darkness. And they last for 2 hours. So unlike the ruins, which only last an hour, each of these lasts for 2 hours. This totals up to be, I think, 9,000 honor points, every one of these that you do. So again, you just really can't afford to miss these. I mean, if we go back and we look at these top scores, I mean, look how much of a difference 9,000 honor points is going to make. And especially if we get down here to number 20, only the top 20 get that skin, get a permanent skin. I think after top 20, yeah, they don't even, they do get some rewards, but they don't get these permanent skins. Only the top 20 get a permanent skin. So it's really critical that you don't miss those. Now, unfortunately for me, I had to miss a ruins and I had to miss an altar. We were fighting in the KVK, and the king said no ruins, no altars, and so we all had to leave the ruins and altars. I actually couldn't fight at that time. I was at work and I was just going to leave my march AFK in there, but unfortunately it didn't work out for us. We couldn't do it, so I'm missing about maybe 12,000-ish, maybe something, 12, 13,000 honor points that I could have right now, but that's okay because look, it was more important to win the KVK. So that's tip number 4. You just cannot miss those. You've got to make every single one of those. Tip number 5, and I sort of already mentioned this, is you have to hit the high level barbs. You have to hit those high level forwards. You don't want to waste your AP hitting the lower level ones. Early on, it can be tempting to start smashing a bunch of those. You just want to wait. You want to wait to make sure that your alliance, that your kingdom, that your allies, that you guys are going to win the KVK. And if you've got that locked down, then you can focus on those high level forts and those high level barbs. The 6th one is sort of an obvious one as well. And this is one that you should apply in general all the time, which is to never let your AP bar go empty. You can see my AP bar here goes up to 1600, or never let it go full, right? Not empty. Never let it fill all the way up, and it slowly fills up over time. You can click on it here. It says it'll be full in 7 hours and 21 minutes. You want to make sure that thing is empty all the time. You want to empty it completely before you go to bed. That way, when you wake up, it's not quite all the way full, and you can push it really hard. And speaking of AP, one of the tips that's sort of related to this is you want to be able to generate it as quickly as you can. You need as much free AP as you can. if you're going to be pushing for this event. There are tokens, there are runes on the map that you can pick up. They give you an AP recovery bonus. I also switched to Germany just as soon as we had won the KVK. As soon as we were sure we were going to win, I switched to Germany so I could get that AP recovery bonus that they give. So as you can see here, I get 1 point every 21 seconds. I have a 66% recovery speed bonus over what you typically get. So those kinds of bonuses do add up. Don't let your AP bar get all the way full. Always be killing some barbs with your free AP. Use your 500 daily AP as well. That should be pretty obvious. If you click on the plus, well, actually here I can now spend gems to get AP. I'm not going to do that. But you can use that daily AP as well. Make sure you're using that to maximize how many barbs you're killing, to maximize your honor during the KVK. And so that's even early on, right? In Zone 4 and in Zone 5. Make sure you're killing barbs just with your free AP. Don't be using your AP pots on that. Then once you get into Zone 6, those high-level barbs, that's when you want to start using those AP pots, assuming that it looks like your alliance is going to, in fact, win the KVK. Okay, so those are really 6 big tips, and I'm going to summarize those really quickly. Number 1, save lots of AP. You're going to need lots and lots of AP to get this done. Number 2, win the KVK. Again, a lot of that's out of your control, but once you're sure that you're going to win it, that's the time that you know you can really go for it. Number 3, complete all of the honor events that you can. Make sure you're maximizing the amount of honor tokens that you have. Number 4, don't ever miss a ruins or an altar. They're just worth too many honor points, so make sure you're completing all of those. Number 5, only hit high-level barbs, only hit those level 10 forts. Don't waste your AP hitting other ones unless it's to complete those honor token events, and only when those highest level ones are not available to complete that event. Number 6, never let your AP bar fill all the way up. You want to be using that AP all of the time. That's true whether you're in KVK or not, but it's especially true if you want to win one of these honor events. 3 other things I want to add here is that how are you going to accumulate lots of AP? I said you need to get lots and lots of AP. There's a few ways that you can do that. So first thing is to make sure you're completing events that give AP. So we just completed the Shadow Legion event today. And I might have another video about city garrisons. I saw some pretty questionable city garrisons out there in Shadow Legion. So maybe another video on that. Right now, let's talk about what you can get from this. I think it's these rewards right here. We get 100 by 100 AP pots here for getting to level 15. So make sure you're completing these events to get that AP. There's another event going on right now, the civilization-specific events. This one's called Spain. Here we go. The most important one to do here is this purchasing the 20 items from the courier shop. Make sure you're getting that done every time one of these events comes around. And you can do that, by the way, without spending any gems. If you like, you just saw the mysterious merchant just showed up, and I've already completed 20, and I haven't spent gems in the courier station to do this. I've just spent resources to get resources for speed ups, things like that. Make sure you're getting that because you get 500 AP, which is really big time for completing that event. Other ways that you can get AP, if you're a spender, you can get AP from, I really like the, let me see if I can find it, the daily special offer here. Notice I'm just buying this one. I'm not buying the other ones. I'm actually buying Mehmed, who I don't really care that much about getting, but it gives 500 action points if you buy that one chest. So I've been buying that one chest because I want those 500 action points every day. So that's another way to rack up a little bit of AP. Another thing you can do is kill barb camps and keeps. And I'm sure we have one here in the Lost Kingdom. I actually haven't been doing it in the Lost Kingdom, but let's go to Barbarian Strongholds. Not the keeps, but the camps. Let's go out here. Let's see if we can see here. So it doesn't show it here, but there's actually, when you kill the Iron Hand Balurs, and I'm not sure about the Lost Kingdom, I'm 100% sure in the Home Kingdom, you can kill these and you actually get AP sometimes. Sometimes you get 100 AP from these. So if you're in a kingdom where you're allowed to go kill those camps, go around and kill those camps periodically. Not only do you get other cool stuff that you need, like Silent Trial fragments, gems, but you also get AP pots sometimes, which can be really valuable for things like this. So those are just some ways that you can accumulate those AP pots and save those up for maneuvers like this when you want to try to get a KVK skin. The last thing that you can do is you can gem AP, and that's again what you just saw there is I have the ability to spend 100 gems for 500 AP, and I'm just going to do one just to show what happens here. Notice that it goes up to 150 gems. So if I want another 500 AP, it costs me 150 gems, and I think it keeps going. I don't know how much it scales up. I don't know if it goes up 50 each time. That's actually the first time I've ever gemmed for AP, but lots of people do this on a regular basis. I suspect that some of my opponents, or not really opponents, but some of the people who are also competing for this KVK skin have also gemmed for AP in this event. And so you can certainly do that if you're a spender, if you have lots of gems. This can be a useful way to spend those gems. I mean, again, if we look at the difference between the rewards, between say, just even for where I'm at right now, just between third and fourth, there's 5 gold heads there. How much are 5 gold heads worth? Well, you can buy them for about 2,000 gems a piece in the VIP shop. So that means 5 gold heads are worth about 10,000 gems. So if I could get to third place and only spend 5,000 gems, you might argue that that's net positive. Plus, I would be getting an extra 50 hours of speed ups, some other resources. The gold keys aren't really worth that much, but picking up some of these other things, you might say that that's worth spending those gems on. Again, totally up to you. I think certainly if you're talking about the difference between second and first place, spending gems may be the way to go there. So that's one other way that you can do it. I would really only recommend that if you're a spender in the game. If you're not a spender in the game, your gems are really precious, and you probably shouldn't be doing that. So look, with that all being said, I don't know where I'm going to finish in this event. Hopefully I finish at least in the top 4, but who knows? These other players may be pushing behind me. Obviously, I still need to remember to use my tokens. You don't want to forget to do that before the event ends. But we'll see, and I'll make a follow-up here to conclude and show you how this ended up for me. So, and hey, one more visit from Psych Out from the future. The KVK has ended, and I have some good news. I think it's good news. We got ourselves all the way up into second place in that second place spot. Congratulations to Honorable Pax, the first place winner. Really nice guy. We actually had a couple of direct message exchanges over the last couple of days when I basically said, hey, look, man, congrats. You're going to win. Nobody can catch you. And so congratulations to him. He did a great job really pushing Honor. And obviously he got the 60 gold heads. I picked up the 30 gold heads, which was really nice. Super excited about that. And of course, the big deal is that we picked up this city skin, which we really need to apply. So we got those second place rewards. And let's go ahead and slap that city skin on. I haven't done it yet. Let's check it out here. I'm going to move myself out of the way. Where is this new city skin? Probably already scrolled past it, or maybe I guess I can just click on it right here. There it is. So there we go. The new city skin is up. Let's take a look at it on the screen. Oh, we got an achievement for it as well. Looks pretty nice. I kind of like it. I think it's got a nice look to it, but more importantly, it got those bonuses that I want in terms of healing speed and troop defense if I ever want to use it for those purposes. So what a KVK, 30 million kills, a KVK win, and picking up a second place in Honor. So congrats to everyone who had a successful KVK here, and we're looking forward to jumping into the next one. Look, if you like this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. I've got lots of new videos coming, especially now that KVK is over and I'm going to have a little downtime to put some things together that I've been meaning to put together for you guys for a while. So thanks so much for coming by, and we'll see you all in the next one.